Let's get on this. While Frederick is preparing his charts, I'm gonna just go through gold quick because that's of course an interesting agenda because we were in a trade on Friday on gold. So let's just go through it quick. If you guys are still in it, closed half of my positions in it. I got half of my positions still active in it. So here's the thing. This is what I want to say about gold. Me and Frederick spoke about on Friday that it will drop. All right, and I still believe so. But I've been back and forth with this thing and looking at it from different time perspectives. And here's the thing. This is also why I called out the buy to start with. We have this big ass fair value gap here, right? But not enough with that. We got also this order block up here, and this order block is a very strong order block. This is actually an XOB, an extreme order block. Took out a lot of liquidity and then created this whole push down. So this is a very strong order block, and therefore I want to see the market come up here. Market, of course, does what it does. It can come up here a couple of months later. But this is the scenario that I'm rooting for. Let's say it like that. Boop, 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 and then we're dropping down. And that drop from there if market comes up here to drop down from there, that means that market wants to drop down heavily. So what we do is we keep this scenario in the back of our heads and we look how the market behaves now on Monday. As we know, Monday has low liquidity, so we won't expect any big moves, but anyways, we're looking for market to push a little bit, and this is also why I kept two positions open, and it's just of this reason that I wanted to see if it still does what it's supposed to do. But the dangerous thing is, of course, the market can do a little sweep and then push up. We'll see. But that's it. There's no clear directions. There's no clear bias from my side. It can go either way. It's 50-50. But I wanted to say this because we were talking a lot about market dumping, and I want to tell you guys that there's a big possibility the market pushes first before it dumps. And also correlating with that, if we're looking at gold, what could happen is, because here, what we got here, if we go on the daily time frame, maybe.
Now is
on the daily time frame. So this here is the previous highest high, and market, of course, will reject it. It has already rejected it a little bit, but it will reject it harder. I think this is normally what it does. So market could do, of course, something like this. This is the most normal move if it wants to continue up, and if it does so, then it's perfectly correlated with what we see on gold, because that will give gold that last and that push that I was talking about here, up, and then when US dollar reverses from here to move upwards, then we will see gold, of course, from here dump, because it's moving in reversed. So that's that. And yeah, man, that's actually all I had to say. So we staying cautious for possible buy opportunities on gold tomorrow. Yeah, that's it, Frederick, my man.
Yeah, man. You need to. I can share my screen now. You just went through the dollar, so it's good that way.
Yeah, it was very short, brief analysis. Yeah. What do you think? Do you agree on it?
Dollar?
What's your take on it?
Yeah.
Yeah.
It's the fundamentals make sense because first session is China, and China likes to push the dollar down. Euro GBP, it's a nice market structure actually right now on it. So I'm gonna pop it down to the 1 hour, and I want to see market comes down to this area right here. Then we can go for a long. Here, put our stop loss. 19 pip stop loss. So the levels on this trade is 0.86796. The stop
What
loss
market are we
is
looking at?
Euro GBP
Okay.
on the 1 hourly time frame. To the stop loss is 0.86595, and our take profit level, the top take profit level, is 0.87250. We're gonna have multiple take profit levels in this area. So yeah.
So like we spoke on last week, we're still looking for this trade to happen, right? Here's the entry zone. Let's do like this. So here's the entry zone, and during this weekend, not much has happened. Weekends are always low volume, but I think this week that comes now, the upcoming week, will start with a pump. And that pump is very welcome because that will bring the price right into our entry zone. And this is when we will start scaling in to Bitcoin. And our entry zone is 26,950 to 27,100. Of course, you can keep scaling in further up. I mean, the further up you come, the more discounted the price is. The only important thing to keep in mind is not to over leverage. This is a super important thing. Why I put the SL there is because this order block from way back here is still not fully mitigated. So there's still room there's still orders to fill there, if I say so. I have a strong belief in this trade. I think this trade can be actually a killer trade because this is a swing trade that we're looking at, or it can be a swing trade. You never know with Bitcoin because sometimes it does moves that take months. It can do it in 1-2 days. You guys know how it goes. But what I wanted to say is this trade here is 178 pips, almost 180 pips. So there's a lot of pips to catch here. That's BTC, but right now there ain't much happening. As I said, weekend market did a little pump. It rejected from this OB here, and that is not even a high quality OB from what I see. Probably. Alright, so it's okay. But yeah, so we rejected that OB and order block, and that's it, man. There ain't much to say. Weekend's been chill, very chill. We're waiting for market to come up here, at least to this zone, stop playing around, then we will see. If I see reversal sign inside this fair value gap, maybe we enter already from there. But I highly believe that we're coming in either from this fair value gap or this order block. This is why the scaling in starts already from the bottom of this fair value gap and goes on just above this order block. So that's it. Ain't much more to say about BTC. While I'm on, I might just take a quick check at the other markets just to see if we have something that looks tempting for next week. USD/JPY did a classic, swipe to both direction. This is market manipulation. This is how they swipe out liquidity, accumulate. The question is, to what direction do they accumulate? To what direction do they want to push the markets? Now, here's the thing. We believe that US dollar is going to pump higher, right? Have a little drop and then pump higher. This means, of course, that UJ will also pump higher, all right? But when I look only at UJ, I see a drawdown coming. Why? Because we have reached this whole swing level, this top to this bottom. If you look at the Fibonacci levels that I have here, let's make them a little bit thicker. These fib levels are very strong because they are on such a big time frame. And as you see here, the pink line just below the 88.6, which is a very important level. This pink line is a weekly key level. So, and they correlate perfectly here. They conflude perfectly here. So I would not be surprised if something like this happened, and we from there keep pushing higher or whatever happens. But that we get a drop from this key level. We'll see what happens, but it's very possible that we get that drop from this key level. That's what I see, and looking at that, then this wipeouts, the wipeouts here would make sense. All right, but we'll see. We'll see. I think Monday is going to reveal this. On Monday we're going to see, and we are not going into a sale to sell on UJ before we see a change of character. All right. Actually, we have it already on the 4 hourly, but I want to see this change of character here on the daily. If I see that, then we're entering on the pullback for a sell. Change of character daily, boom, there. And this is change of character weekly. You can put that in as well also.
Man, EURUSD looking juicy also now.
EURUSD, I was just going to get into that. So UJ, so just to summarize it, key level, confluent with another key level, the 88.6 Fibonacci. We might get a nice rejection. If we get that, we want to see this change, the change of character break, and then we're entering on the pullback from the liquidity that is left behind. All right, so nothing yet. We stay put on this one. Now let's look at EURUSD. I love that the EURUSD is, the short name is EU, European Union.
It's perfect market structure right now.
Yeah, definitely on the daily at least.
On the 4 hourly also, on the 1 hourly also, everything is perfect. Yeah, we're waiting.
Yeah, I was waiting for market to come up here to announce a sell, but
we're waiting for the same zone, bro.
What'd you say?
We're waiting for the same zone.
Okay, dope. So that is also co-influence. Traders analyzes co-influence. But listen, but here's the thing, and I want to address this thing with EURUSD. We waiting for this sweep here, right, of liquidity, but the pattern, I call this the total collapse pattern. It's my own little thing. And what it is basically like this. Market makes a higher high, tries to push up, and then gets weaker and weaker and just keeps knocking on this strong support that we got here with this daily key level. And I know that we got other key levels confluent with these daily key levels. And when market does this, it hits it, tries to break through, finally what happens is it breaks through. And when it breaks through, it doesn't just break through and then come and retest and pushes. It breaks through hard. It makes a major drop. So we definitely have our eyes out for EURUSD. I don't expect any big moves happening before London Open, all right? Because London Open is when we're going to see the big money being pushed in, especially to Euro. New York session, then we have all the markets open, and that's when we will see the real deal. The thing with Europe, everybody trading Euro, USD, or any Euro pair, we have London Open when 9 o'clock Swedish Norwegian time, all right? Central European time. But we have Frankfurt Open at 8 o'clock. And that is actually the real opening for Euro, because Frankfurt Open is what really matters for Euro. So if you trade Euro, set your alarm always to 8 o'clock, not 9 o'clock. It's 8 o'clock that you need to watch out for. 9 o'clock, of course, also when London opens, there's more liquidity into the market. But the Frankfurt Open at 8 o'clock is super important for Euro itself. And that's that. So we will keep our eyes open for a major drop here. If I start to see candles showing that this thing wants to drop, we see more weakness. Basically, market is moving down, and it doesn't need to be lower highs and stuff like this. Like here, you see, for example, here's a high, here's a higher high. Doesn't matter. This is just market sweeping liquidity stop losses that is above here to push. So, but in the overall picture, when you look at it, you see that this thing, like it's starting to just get weaker and weaker and weaker and weaker. And the 9 out of 10 market collapses. And this is not just for Euro USD. This is, if you see this in gold and BTC, definitely, then you will know that this is what's going on and this is what will happen now. That is that for Euro USD. I ain't got much more to say about that. And just a quick look at NOS before I'm done. No comments. NOS is, so you see this order block here. Here's an order block. NOS has tapped in perfectly to that order block. So it means it should bounce up from there, but it had already a small bounce. Actually, I have comments. All right, let's get back to this. I have comments on this. So we're on a 4-hourly time frame. We have an OB here. Where is that? Boom. And here's the thing. Market tapped in 1, tapped in 2, created basically a double bottom here. And now, and when it tapped in this time, it fully mitigated the order block. Bounced up, but here is the thing. When market bounces up from an order block, it should bounce up more than this. This is a big sign of weakness. Market fully rejected this midterm block that we got here, all right? It fully rejected it. So I actually think that we are going to drop more. OB4, yeah. So I actually think that we are looking at a, first I was like, market needs to come up and fulfill all these imbalances here. But now, man, I'm looking at it now. I think market is going to drop more, maybe come up later then. But we'll see. I'm saying nothing right now, just like that. But this is what I see most likely. I would say 65.35 market is dropping down from here. But I ain't sure enough to put my money on it, so I ain't placing a trade on this yet. If I do, y'all guys will know.